So it is June 10. It is 7:01 p.m. Devin, are you present? You hear me?
We're ready.
Very good. So I'd like to call this special meeting of the City of Cortland Common Council to order. And I'm going to mute. You all can say it with me. I'm going to mute everybody. I'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, everybody should have the ability to unmute themselves. For convenience sake, please stay muted if you've got background noise. Hopefully the flag came out the correct way. It is on the field of stars in the upper left here. We have an agenda item, and I believe we have the desire for a second agenda item. So why don't I ask about that first, Bruce?
Yes, I would like to add a statement opposing racism in all its form. Kat and I and some others worked on something. Kat has the final version. If she can maybe put it over in the dialogue box and people can read it, then I would like us to take a vote on that and move forward.
Very good. Does it meet with council approval to make that agenda item number 2? Show of hands.
Yes.
Very good. So that'll be agenda item number 2. Agenda item number 1 is consideration of a resolution to allow licensees that sell food and beverages to do so in approved public areas adjacent to the businesses. Businesses will be required to submit diagrams of how the area will be structured and plans to monitor the safe use of the public space. Mayor reserves the right to revoke approvals if there are public safety or other strong concerns. And City Council at this point is being asked to approve the following requests. Number 1 is 14 Main Street, more commonly referred to as the city's pocket park on Main Street. Number 2 is the multi-use right-of-way alley between 31 and 33 to 35 Central Avenue. Number 3, the closure of Pascal Place behind and looking for from 54 to 60 Main Street. And then number 4, the closure of the east end of Clayton Avenue from the intersection to the entry to the U.S. Postal Service building. I'll ask for a motion to consider. Katie Silliman, second. John Bennett. Discussion. Would you like me to start, or do you have questions?
No questions, simple too.
Go ahead, Frank.
So for the general public, it looks like we will be able to enter phase 3 of the reopening this Friday. And part of that is businesses, restaurants can open with 50% of indoor seating capacity. However, when we talk to restaurant owners, 50% in a lot of cases is not half. Why is that? Well, to maintain 6-foot distancing, proper social distancing between tables, a lot of places will not be able to go with 50%. The state did permit, and I am so glad I warned everybody about the potential for a special meeting last Tuesday, because Wednesday morning the state permitted outdoor seating for restaurants. So we said it's okay on sidewalks, but we've identified some areas that businesses may be able to take advantage of and bring them closer to what their real carrying capacity is. We think that this is important to give more people the opportunity to dine comfortably, hopefully outside, which on a lovely day like today, who wouldn't want to? And for our businesses, give them a chance to start making their comeback. So that's the nuts and bolts. The proposal today is by no means the end. Make a deal. If a restaurant has a proposal into how they can utilize space near them, we're open to the concepts. So if there are other businesses that are contemplating doing this, they should be reaching out to my office ASAP. All right, and then I think, Troy, you had a hand up?
I'm glad you mentioned that other businesses as my concern, and I think obviously this is moving forward quite quickly, that I hope you'll entertain motion or entertain that anybody else comes forward after this, that to make this happen, we should we might need to have some more special meetings in a timely fashion.
Well, I'll defer to Corporation Counsel, Mr. Van Donsel. If we are passing the paragraph here in terms of the agenda, then what do we need to do so that we might be able to move more quickly on specific locations? Could it be just up to administrative staff, in particular fire and police? Oh, you're on mute. There you go, Rick.
Yeah, if the council would be willing to authorize you with the advice and consent of the fire and police chief to approve new venues, that would allow for a far quicker resolution and allow people to get going. It would just need an amendment to what you have already approved, or what you're already considering. And before I go mute again, just so we have the dimensions correct, on Haskell Place, that will still allow use for the drive-through for the bank and their parking lot for their businesses. So we'll put some sort of barrier on the other side of the drive-through.
Right, it would be
Okay.
much.
That's the only concern I had.
Yeah.
Very good.
This has been a little bit of a soft shoe, some tiptoeing to try to make sure that we're accommodating other businesses as well, but some great suggestions came forward.
They pay rent for that parking lot.
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody can function. Mr. Tyler.
I think Rick's suggestion is a good one. And I'm glad Troy brought that up because I think we should. Otherwise, we have to keep having special meetings, and I trust you and the two chiefs to come up with good. I would suggest though that maybe you're already thinking this anyhow, but these kind of barriers, that should be the business's responsibility. So whatever the business, because I don't know where this is going to go, having to provide those barriers. It might be easiest for us to do for 2 businesses, but not for 20. So I think that businesses should be providing those barriers.
Yes, and the intention is to allow our professional staff, the codes, fire, police, to help in terms of determining what is appropriate.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Rick, did you have a hand up?
I did, and we're also requesting when they provide the diagrams and such forth for any approvals to provide us with an accord that names us as an additional insured for any instance that happen, including any dram shop claims.
Yeah, good thinking, Rick.
And now, good point, Rick. We have sale of food and beverages, but do we need to lift or lift the open container ordinance within the defined space?
Well, I would ask you to refer to it as suspend.
Suspend.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at an addendum. I'll ask for a motion and support for the following. Further, to allow the mayor and city staff to determine future locations and all alcoholic beverages would be suspension, and further, suspension of the open container law within the defined space. How's that, Rick?
That sounds good.
Hey, Mayor?
He was hot.
Mayor?
I heard a voice. Who is that? Bruce.
I'm also suggesting we put an end date on this, and then we can revisit it again, like, I don't know, at the end of August or whatever. I don't know, the end date is whatever you and the rest of the people want to do, but that way it's not open-ended and we can revisit this as we move forward.
So adding on to that, will take place from approval through August 22nd, which is similar with what you all approved last Tuesday regarding sidewalks.
Okay, that works for me.
Katie.
I'm expecting that you, as you make more businesses, as you approve of more businesses, that you also will email us with each one, just so that we're in the loop. We normally do that.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot easier for us to go and patronize these businesses when we know what's going on. Further discussion regarding the amendment. Hearing none, I need a motion to consider the amendment. John Bennett, second. Jackie Chapman. All those in favor of adding the amendment to the original agenda item, please say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're good. That passes 8-0. Further discussion?
The only thing I want to point out, and something that came out years ago when we first started allowing this, was the enough room for handicap access.
Yeah, those part of diagrams.
I'm sorry, what access?
Handicap access?
Very good. Yeah, that's, again, we'll go back to the code and police. We're going to make sure that we are doing things that are compliant and make sure that there's still through pathways as well. People can walk through if need be. Drive not so much, but walking, yes. And if the question comes forward in terms of hours, I specifically did not assign hours to this. We want to try to work with the businesses and see if it will be a partial, like if there's some days, portions of the day, and some days of the week as opposed to all the time. So I think we've got 4 potentials here. There might be 4 different solutions in terms of how they want to run. But we will define that as well.
I see Travis has a question there.
Oh, is that in the chat?
Yeah. I'll let you answer that, Mayor. I believe it's yes.
To be clear, empower the mayor to add more businesses and outdoor seating and suspend open container law in these areas in Sunset. Correct. Allow the mayor to add more businesses and outdoor seating areas, suspend open container law in those areas, and this would sunset on August 22nd.
All right, that means you just answered my question too. So
Very good. Thank you for raising your hand, Red. Virtual. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
aye.
And opposed? Carries. Great day for sitting outside at many places in Cortland, figuratively and literally. Agenda item number 2, considering of the resolution, I'll read it and then I'm going to pass the baton. Consideration of resolution to approve the following. We, the Cortland Common Council and the Mayor, oppose racism in all of its forms. We believe Black Lives Matter. The city is wholly committed to equality, diversity, and inclusion in the community we serve. Local government is listening. We look forward to being part of the much-needed conversation on how we can collectively confront and end racism. Racism has no place in our community.
I'd like to make the motion to approve that resolution.
Very good. Motion by Bruce Steitler, second by Kat McCarthy. Discussion.
I think it's a no-brainer, and for my part, I plan on doing a lot of listening. I'm learning more, it seems like every day. I really enjoyed reading the editorial by some members of our community in today's paper, and that's it. I'm going to keep listening and learning and try to move forward. We help our community, we help our country become a better place.
Very good. Katie Silliman.
I'm hoping that we can schedule a forum where people can come and speak their piece and share their opinions in a respectful way with one another and just listen to each other and talk. And I'm hoping that we could possibly do that in the county office building. So I'm looking forward to working with whoever would like to help me on setting that up in the future.
Outstanding.
I'll help you, Katie. Just let me know.
Thanks.
Excellent. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Wholeheartedly supported and endorsed by the mayor as well. All 9 of us and everything this evening. Bruce.
I'm just noticing another chat there from, I don't know, do we answer these now or you just take them into consideration? I don't know what the protocol is on this.
Putting it in the road.
I believe he is meaning Black Lives Matter, as was painted in front of the White House on the road.
Very good.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't know how we go about doing that, but I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Well, we have our regular meeting next Tuesday. If council would like to discuss, we can do a little bit of research and talk about it and see what the best path is forward.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan there.
I would support having a conversation on this topic on the agenda. I think this is an important matter that we should really keep forefront.
Absolutely. Perhaps in front of City Hall, we can put the,
I'm sorry, Tom, I couldn't hear that.
perhaps in City Hall,
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's good. That'll be a good place.
Very good. Well, I'll ask council and public members as well. This is coming from a community member. I believe his name is Timothy. Is it pronounced Bennett? No relation to John. But if we have suggestions in terms of how to execute it, this will be something new for us. But we'll appreciate advice, and I'm sure we can do it efficiently and effectively. Let's see. Any further discussion to come before the council this evening? Hearing none, we can entertain a motion to adjourn. Cat McCarthy, second. Troy Beckwith, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. And if there is specific language, Kat, you said you want an agenda item in terms of discussion for next week. Just let me know in terms of specific language. I do want to talk more in depth about where we are with our police department and our policies, procedures, because we've had several people who reached out from the community. And I think we can share some good information with everybody, because every question that you get, there's usually a couple other people that would like the same information. So we will be sharing information as well. Katie Silman.
I just want to say that I've heard some really great things about our police department, and I'm proud of them. And also, Travis had a question about when the new outdoor seating will be open.
phase 3.
That will be up to the individual business owners. We're going to work with them and see what we can do to make sure that they give us a plan that makes sense and try to help them obtain this benefit as quickly as possible. Because outdoor seating has been approved, and if phase 3 goes forward this Friday, then there will be indoor and outdoor.
Okay.
Well, it won't take place until after phase 3 anyhow. Oh, yeah, it is, because outdoors already approved. Yes, so it could be, actually, yeah. All right, I gotcha. Hey, I just want to say I'm missing seeing all you folks face to face when I'm signing off. I think we're done there, or we have more business.
Oh, we're officially closed the meeting, so.
Yeah, but I look forward to the time when we can interact like we used to. I do miss those times. So be safe, everybody. See ya. Take care.
Very good. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.